Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Today, me and my friends are going to make a movie review video. This video is for our English subject assignment. We have been given 3 titles of movie, and that is Life of Pi, The Everest, and Pursuit of Happiness. From these 3 movie titles, me and my friends has chosen the movie Life of Pi. Why do we choose Life of Pi? Because we think the movie Life of Pi have a lot of moral lessons that we can all share to you. And also, this movie can be benefit for us all, for our life in the future or even now. Before we go more into the video, let us introduce ourselves first.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khairul Firdaus bin Zainal from class 1 semester 2 Diploma Pendidikan Islam. The movie I watched was titled Life of Pi. The duration of this movie is 2 hours 7 minutes. The date of this movie release is in 2012. This movie is about a boy named Pai Patel and a tiger named Richard Parker.
Hi, I'm Haikal bin Fauzi from Diploma Pendidikan Islam semester 2 class 1.
My name is Hafidz bin Jalil, holding the matrix number of KID 20060460, a student at College Pengajian Islam Johor Marsa from the Islamic Studies Diploma first year 2nd semester.
Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zikry bin Zamri, number of matric 200604154.
Alright, now you all have met my friends. I'm gonna put a movie trailer in this video just so that you guys know what kind of movie that we are reviewing in this video. Let's go to the trailer. Now that you guys know the movie that we are reviewing, we are going to go through some points, and that is, what is the movie inspiring, the moral lessons, Quranic verse or hadith, and also conclusion. And so, let us go to the first point. Let's go.
So, I finally go to watch Life of P lastly, and to say I love is it an understatement. Life of P is beautiful story, a visual adventure replete with rich fantasy and poignant moment. Swaraj Sharma gave a fabulous performance as the young P, but most importantly, I was wonderstruck and hugely inspired by a very powerful theme in the movie. The ability to create a life leaning out of cool. They say every cloud has a silver lining. It's well no, but no once now. If berry cloud comes naturally with a silver lining, or if it only lies in the ears of the beholder. The movie starts off with the young piece kind coming up with an ingenious way to stop his classmate from calling his passing.
This movie is giving inspired to other people because it can inspire to other people to not give up easily on life, no matter what challenge come to you.
This movie is inspiring because it can inspire people to not give up easily on life, no matter whatever challenges comes to you. This can be shown by the main character, which is Pi, that lost his whole family, stranded nowhere in the middle of the ocean, and also have to survive with Richard Parker, which is a male bagel tiger, or in other words, he has to survive with a carnivorous animal. The moral value that I acquire from this movie is forgiveness. Forgiveness is always the right choice. From the movie, the main character Pi lost everything by no fault of his own. He lost his family, his lover, and also have to leave his lovable homeland. For some people, this may create resentment and anger, but Pi manages to take it all in stride and forgive the situation. To not hold on to anger and feelings would be to let those situations control his life. Remember, we may never forget, but we may forgive. In the Holy Quran, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has mentioned many times about forgiveness. As for example, from Surah Al-A'raf, verse 199, which sounds خُذِ الْعَفْوَ وَالْأَمْرُ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَأَعْرِضْ مِنَ الْجَاهِلِينَ, which means be forgiving and tell people to do good and turn away from the fools. From this verse, we can see that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala wants all the Muslims to become the people that can forgive. Forgiveness can prevent crimes such as murders, fights, and others. Forgiveness can also create a nice environment for the community. It also can be a nice environment for kids to grow up. And so, let us all become the people that can forgive others.
Next, the second moral value in this story is don't give up, because Life of P is a story of perseverance and a story not give up. Even in the hardest of condition, P did not give up hope and keep moving. Whether it's the Black Sea or the dark clouds or the Omanian wave or the hungry predator as company, P never gave up hope of survival. It's important to remember that the next day are not going to last. It's important not to give up on your dreams and give up on life. So, the days when you down and in state of despair and almost on the edge of giving up, you must remember that this stage, like everything else in life, is only temporary and this too shall pass. There are times when it may seem like you have tried everything possibly within your means, and there is only little more that you can do. In this house, it's important to remember that there is someone waiting out for you, and you are not here without a reason. There will be always some opportunities, like the flying fish for food or drinks, for drinking with water, and the floating island for a bit of respite, which will sometimes you till you reach the shores of success, provided you don't give up.
The moral value I get in this movie is keep moving. In the movie, Pi has been stranded in the ocean with a tiger. Pi tries to get a supply of food by catching fish to continue living with tiger. Pi also shares the fish with the tiger. Pi tries hard to catch fish to be their food supply. Otherwise, the tiger will die because it cannot eat meat. Sometimes Pi also give up on life, but Pi goes on living because of your death. Pi also communicates with the tiger to survive. Otherwise, they will die in the middle of the ocean without getting food supplies. In Al-Quran, Surah Ali Imran, verse 139, Allah says, which means do not be weak and do not be sick, even though you are the people of the highest degree, if you believe.
After the war incident, P had to reconcile to the fact that he has to live with Mr. Parker on the lifeboat, an idea which he had been resisting so far. As a first step, he decided to start marking their trajectories and setting some rules, having Mr. Parker on a boat. Also keep him alert at all times. When Mr. Parker jumped in the water of Pacific Ocean looking for fish, P helped him to get on a boat, and slowly he started developing a competitor for P in his journey. It's important to communicate clearly, define rules and responsibility, and ensure that you don't encourage upon each other's space.
Conclusion for this movie, for me, this movie teach me not to give up easily in the work we do, And this movie also inspires me to work neatly in carrying out all the work we do.
As a conclusion, this movie helps me to improve myself as a student by becoming a more grateful student. Out there, maybe there's many students that can afford to continue their studies. As for me, I am grateful because I have parents that can afford my studies. So, me, as a student that can afford, I need to help the people that are in need so that they continue their studies too. The other students should feel this way because by doing this together, we can make the world a better place. We can make the people that are in need that can continue their studies and become a better person in the future.
In conclusion, the lesson we can take in the movie is we must be patient and not despair to continue living. This is because everything that's happened in our life has been well planned by Allah. Let us not complain of the test given from Allah. We must behave like a pie who never give up to continue his life even in the middle of the ocean with a tiger without enough food supply. Finally, we must be grateful for the blessing that Allah has given so our life will be blessed by Him. Thank you.
And that's all for us for the movie review assignment. If there's any lacks or fault, all of it comes from our own self, and all of the good deeds comes from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And now, I end our movie review video by Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.